Okay, everybody. Hey, welcome back. Thanks again for joining me for another session in the didgeridoo. I just wanted to bring you to this amazing place. As you can see, I've got my Mayan friend back here. This is a really pretty place here. They've got some Mayan statues embedded inside of the rock here. And I just thought that would be a really good place for us to go ahead and talk about didgeridoo and healing, and a little bit further, because the last session what I talked about was using overtones and the power of overtones. Well, I didn't really get into it that much. I was just giving you a little introduction. So in this session, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and just talk a little bit about how overtones work and why you want to use overtones and how to generate energy. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit about what kind of energy we're generating. With the body, we have what's known as electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic energy is the energy that spreads around your body from the firing of your nervous system. What happens is when you breathe air, the air mixes with protein molecules in your body and it combusts, creating a firing which your nervous system is able to pick up, and this is how the heartbeat and the nervous system begins to generate the energy to allow us to move, think, breathe, all the things that we do. So this is essentially life. Air is obviously life. I mean, we have a lot of ideas and a lot of different terms for prana and different kinds of things, but really you can think of air as the essential food of the body, which allows us to live. And when you breathe it, it generates this electromagnetic energy around the body. Some people call it the aura, some people call it electromagnetic body. Really what you can think of is that as you breathe, and the different kinds of breathing that you do generates different kind of energy within the body, and that kind of energy is spread around the body, but is also very, very influenced by your thoughts. So what I want to just cover is when you're generating the electromagnetic energy, it's all based on your breath. Okay? What generates electromagnetic energy is even breath. Okay? So that means that if this was your diaphragm, and your diaphragm is moving up and down, and you have this much space, well, you want to make sure that you have the same amount of space when you move up and you move down. So you don't want to take a long breath and then out short, and then a short breath and out long. You want to be even up and down. It's called rhythmic breathing. Well, the didgeridoo is absolutely amazing when it comes to rhythmic breathing, because you can use rhythm to create the rhythm within your diaphragm, which generates electromagnetic energy. But you want to pay attention to the amount of air that you breathe out and the amount of air that you breathe in. So this is going to generate more electromagnetic energy if your breath is exactly even on the out breath and the in breath. Okay, so this is really important when it comes to healing in the didgeridoo, because when you're trying to heal with the didgeridoo, you must have a three-part. One is that you have to be able to generate the electromagnetic energy. Two, you have to be able to direct the electromagnetic energy. And three, you must be connected to love. Okay, because love is the most important part. So if we were to do a rhythm that gives us even breath, it would sound like this. So as you can see, what I'm doing is it's just a simple circular breathing, and you just keep the rhythm the same. What that does is it makes it so that when you breathe in through your nose, you breathe in always at the same time. And when you breathe out, you're always breathing out the same amount of air. This takes quite a bit of practice, but trust me, when you do, you will feel it. Okay, because the electromagnetic energy, as it gets growing in your body, it is something that you can feel. I mean, if you were to run a mile, well, you would be generating a lot of electromagnetic energy, but it would be used up by your muscles as you're running. Well, in this particular way, what we're doing is we're generating electromagnetic energy, and we're not using it in our muscles because we're not moving. So we can use our mind to direct the energy. So the way that we do this is that what we have to do is we have to use our visualization. Okay, so as you're breathing, and when you take the breaths in and out, you begin to imagine a ball of energy being created in front of you. You can imagine the ball of energy being created in front of your didgeridoo, in front of your body, or you can bring your dream hands in front of you, and you can imagine that you're visualizing your hands and you're generating energy inside of your hands as you're doing the breath. Okay, so as you're doing that, you want to be able to feel the energy. You want to be able to see it. If you can't see it through your visualization, then you can use your imagination, and that will work just fine. If you imagine that the energy is there and you can feel that it's there, it will be created. Okay, so you do the circular breathing and you generate that energy, and as you circular breathe and get good at it, you'll see that different types of rhythms and different types of breathing, long and short, will generate more or less electromagnetic energy. So then the next step is what you want to do is you want to make sure that you use your overtones. Okay, so this is when you're passing the energy into somebody else's body. Okay, so the person will lie down and you will play the didgeridoo on them. And the first thing is you generate the electromagnetic energy. Once you have a lot of it built by using your visualization and your concentration, bringing your imagination in, and then you can see or feel the energy around you, around your didgeridoo, and also being generated inside of your dream hands that you're visualizing. Then you want to use the overtones. So as you breathe and you build it, then you blow a long overtone out, whether it's a high overtone or a low overtone, it doesn't matter. And as you're breathing the overtone out, you imagine the energy flowing through your didgeridoo and entering into the other person. Now, this is very, very important. The type of energy that you're passing into the other person must be connected with love. So as you're building the electromagnetic energy in your body and in your didgeridoo, you must be connecting yourself with memories of happiness, excitement, and enthusiasm. This is so important. You cannot be thinking about bad things or anything that relates to evil or greed or anything of fear or worry or any of that stuff. You have to make sure that you have enough concentration to where you only are connected with love. If you can feel unconditional love while you're doing this, then you have an amazing tool. But you can practice. Start using the memories of times when you had really, really good, happy experiences. And just enter those into the energy. Okay, and then you throw an overtone, and as you throw the overtones, you imagine the energy moving into the other person. And this is how you do the healing with the didgeridoo. So let me give you an example, okay? So I'll go ahead and do a rhythmic breath and some overtones so you can hear what it sounds like. So as you can see, that the combination of rhythmic breathing and throwing overtones can be very, very powerful when it comes to healing with the didgeridoo. Just practice with this. First, try to generate the energy, and believe it or not, as you're generating that energy, you don't have to have another person. You can send that energy back into yourself. So as the energy is being generated, just imagine that the energy is coming in through the top of your head, or you can imagine that it's actually coming in through the bottom of your feet, and it's spiraling out through the top of your head, around the sides of your body, and entering back into your feet. This particular type of breathing generates the energy, and its natural flow is to flow up through the feet, out the top of the head, around the sides of the body, and back into the feet, and flowing all through the spine and into the arms. And you can just imagine it in different areas of your body. This can be a very powerful tool. Now remember, if you're in pain, you can use this to numb pain. Excuse me. So you just play the didgeridoo, rhythmic breathe, imagine the energy in the area of the pain, and I guarantee you the pain will go away for a little while. As long as you play it, that's as long as the pain will go away. So if you play for 5 minutes, you probably get 5 minutes of pain relief. It's very magical because you don't need to use any painkillers or anything, and it completely numbs it out. Okay, great. Well, you guys have really good time practicing this, and remember, if you have any questions, just go ahead and put a comment on the blog or send me an email, something, and I'd be glad to answer, okay? So you guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget to have some amazing dreams.